Morning, folks. This morning's soap is from Wheat State Soaps, Sweet Tobacco. This one here is one of the first ones that comes in a tin with screw top lid. That's what it looks like on the inside. You can tell I've been inside scraping around in it. It's a fairly firm soap. Not too tough to scoop out though and put in a bowl if you're a bowl lather. Excuse me. Alum block complete with rubber band. Thayer's witch hazel with aloe. Just about ready to switch that one out. And going to follow the shaves up today with RazoRock Al Sapone. Shaver of the day. This is a PAL Injectomatic. Maybe kind of hard to see, but that right there is gold. It comes in different colors, this band right here. Outside of that, this particular kind pretty much looks just like this. It's a single edge injector. You can kind of tell how the handle is. That, in my opinion, comes from the G-bar and a lot of the other shavers that have that at the end of their handles. For me, this is a pretty good shaver. Go ahead and wet the face, and still got a little bit of the clown fruit, dirty clown left. It is getting quite a bit smaller. Mentioned in one of my other videos, so if this is the first time you're watching this video, this clown fruit pre-shave soap, it glows in the dark. Kids thought that was pretty funny. Had it in the bathroom, they turned the light out and they caught their eye. Got a shaving gear that glows in the dark. Good sense of humor. Today is Saturday for me. It's going to be a very busy day today. And then tomorrow being Mother's Day, I decided to go with a single edge instead of a shavette today. Kind of thinking it might speed up the process just a little bit more relaxing. Don't have to pay quite as much attention with the Gem Micromatic, or PAL that is. A PAL Injectomatic. I'll get the name straight here in a moment. The lather I've got it whipped up here in a, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? This is a walnut bowl from the Distinctive Goat. This one here has circles in it, groove circles, and I also have one that has a spiral groove in it. But this one here is made out of walnut, and the other one I have is walnut and cherry wood. Pretty nice bowls. And the brush today comes by the way of Strke Gold Shave. Saw this on Instagram when he was working on it. Asked him how much he wanted for it. This is got a Badger, I think it's 2-band, excuse me, 2-band finest. I have one other brush that has a 2-band finest, and it really is a pretty nice knot. Not a real big fan of Badger knots, but the ones that the two that I've got from Frank are pretty. Those are pretty nice. When the tips get wet, they're very soft. Very close to synthetic, in other words. Very soft tips when those tips are wet. To me, sometimes I think people pay a bit much for soft tips. When how noticeable are they? They're noticeable when I'm wetting it and, you know, bringing the water out and all that sort of thing. It's when I notice it. But when I notice it on my face, I can't tell that much of a difference in between a boar brush that's been broken in. For me, it's just not that much of a difference. I don't notice it. Now, other folks now, you know, that's, your mileage may vary. In other words, you might notice, but for me, I really don't notice it. This sweet tobacco scent is I would say maybe it's more on the green side as opposed to a pipe smoke or anything like that. It's a green tobacco, I believe, scent. Sweet. Very nice scent. Don from Wet the Face, he had one similar that he was selling. That was tobacco scented. It's a lot like this one. Very nice scent. Matter of fact, no, I got two of them. I think I was going to give one to my dad, but I can't remember if I did or not. I still got one. It's in a tote. It's right up top so I can see it. I really like the scent of that soap. This one here too. Both of them are really nice. So in other words, if pipe smoke or a cigar smoke or anything like that kind of bothers you, this would not be, it's not the same kind of scent. But on the other hand, if you're not a fan of sweet scents, this would not be one for you. What we have on tap today in my neck of the woods is what they refer to as Rooster Days. Parade downtown. The bands are there from all the schools. And my son being in the band. He's going to be in the parade again today. Getting closer to getting everything set up in the house. We've been moving, I guess you might say, furniture around with the new location, trying to figure out what computer desk or table works better in what location. And the one that I was using is now in my daughter's bedroom. The one that my daughter was using is where my wife is at. And so my son got a different one, and I'm one that doesn't have one yet. Found it day before yesterday, Thursday. Found the computer table. I say it's a computer table, you're gonna laugh. Finally found one. I need to go pick it up and put it in the bedroom. So right now my laptop's sitting on the kitchen table, so you know Mom's ready for me to get off the kitchen table. And that table is actually, it's a printer table. From back in the day when the printer paper had the holes on the sides that you can tear off. Went to the, I guess what, old dot matrix printer. Noisy as all get out, and the paper would be pulled from a box down below, coming up to a slot in the table, feeding into the to the printer. That's my table. I found one. Decided, yep, that's the one I want. It was the right size, the right depth and length, and it just, what I was looking for was a used kitchen table, which works pretty good for me. Usually you can find one about the right size, and they're not too terribly expensive. Found this at the thrift store, of course. Slowly but surely getting everything back in order. With everybody going every which direction, school still in, I'm still working. Cold weather has definitely went away. It's been kind of warm, right around the 80 mark, in between 80 and sometimes it got up in the 90s this past week, but it's been pretty warm. Considering we just came off of what they consider one of the coldest Aprils we've ever had. And one of the things I didn't pay that close attention to when we were looking at this place, I realized that this bathroom, you know, some bathrooms have a air conditioning heating vent. This one does not have one. So for me right now, it is kind of warm in here. So I can imagine most of my shaves, my videos, going to be in the early morning hours when it is not so hot. You can kind of tell how this soap is working. It is really creamy. Good soap. See, as it goes for the butters, mango seed butter, I think shea butter was the other one on the ingredient list. This is really good shaving cream, good butter. This is a really good knot. Strke Gold Shave Frank. If you're looking for a knot to put in a brush and have it redone, you might want to check him out. That knot, it's a pretty nice knot. He also has a synthetic knot that is referred to as the mother lode. It's a densely packed synthetic knot. In my Minion brush has that one in it. You can get one of those from him also. That knot is different than a lot of the other synthetics, and how it lathers, in my opinion, and how it holds the lather, or releases it, depending on how you want to phrase it. Definitely a good time to be a wet shaver. The innovation, I guess you might say, with brush knots, innovation with the new razors that people are coming out with, what they're made out of. Definitely a good time to be a wet shaver. A lot of good stuff happening. Even though the, I guess you might say, the major manufacturers of, I guess you might say, our traditional shave gear still stuck in the cartridge world. I have noticed, though, that it seems like more and more folks are coming out, at least coming out with the shave butter, more of the brushless lather, not in the can type stuff. Pretty smooth shave. Face feels pretty soft. It doesn't feel dry. It feels moisturized. Especially for the summer months. If you're that, your skin reacts at that point in time, you know, during the summer. For me, winter months is when my skin gets really dry. Summer, not so much. Got a little bit of stinging going on. It's kind of typical with a injector for me. It's just a little bit, it's nothing major. There's that spot, I don't know if you can see it there. I caught it a while back, and every once in a while during the shave I'll kind of sort of irritate it. Right there. I have another one that's pretty sure that's a pimple there that keeps on trying to come up. I've been working on Nivea aftershave balm. I just take just a little dab and put it right there and work it in. Calms it down for most of the day. Still haven't quite gone away just yet. Witch hazel, I guess you might say, applying the witch hazel after the alum. Give it a moment to dry. I don't know if you want to call this a rinse of the alum or not. Now this part up here in my head, it's always dry. It seems like I can never get enough on there, keep it from drying out on me. My wife has mentioned from time to time about why don't I shave my head. It's got some spots that'll be definitely would be a mess. This end of Al Sapone is not an in-your-face scent. If you're looking for a scent that might be light, not heavy, this would be one, at least per my nose. If you're looking at scent strength comparison, if you have Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Dorm, that scent strength, not only is it there, but also the staying power of that scent is there. Now I don't know if it's because of scent strength or not. This one here, for my nose, it's not that it's not there, but because it's a light scent, I have to really think about what am I smelling. Can I smell it or not? This is, excuse me. When I first got this, I was disappointed, but it has grown on me since I've got it. You know, been working with it, use it from time to time, give it some thought. Really liking that aftershave. Nice scent. Once again, this is an Injectomatic. Not a Micromatic, but an Injectomatic single edge injector. That's what the handle looks like. Don't know if you can see. I saw a posting on Instagram where somebody had found a new Injectomatic, and it's very similar to this, but a bit different in that this ring here, sleeve, whatever you want to call it, was shorter. The handle was slightly different, and it's the first time I've seen that one, so I might be on the hunt for a new PAL Injectomatic. I'll have to run one down. It's the first time I've ever seen one of those. No, there's not a whole lot of them out there, but if there's one of those truly out there, I'm going to hunt one down. Had a great shave today. Everything's looking good, feeling great. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.